Do I go with a small local education consultant, maybe a 1 or 2 person company, or do I go for a big organization? What you want from a small company is the deep customization and individualization of their approach. You want the attention that a small company can afford to give every one of its students. At the same time, you want the resources of the bigger company. If you're talking to a bigger organization, I would think that one of the first questions that I would ask is, how many students does each counselor have? What you're looking for is, what is the number of students a full-time counselor takes on average? And in this industry, you should assume the following. If the number is 30 or less, that's pretty good. The number 40 seems to be approximately the average of companies in the space. Not necessarily bad, but probably you're not getting as much individualized attention and as much kind of customized planning. Second thing I would ask is, how do you ensure that every student is getting a customized plan? What intellectual property are you using, right? So at Ingenious, we talk a lot about how we have the world's largest team of former admissions officers. We have more than 150 of these individuals that work with us, and we use the kind of intellectual property that we've gleaned from those folks to create actionable plans for students. But I would check, and I would say, how would you do individualization? Can you give me some examples of students with similar interests? Do not ask for students from the same high school or the same region. That is not relevant. What is relevant is students who have a similar background or passion or interest. That's what you care about. Show me what different individual plans those students pursue. The best assurance that you have as a family is to look at specific case studies where the company can say, here are the things that we did that specifically resulted in a student getting in. What you should be looking for is, did they help a student identify their passions or interest and truly become an expert in that field? And what resources do they bring to bear to do that? So to conclude, this is a very difficult industry from a consumer perspective. It's very hard for you to tell the difference between companies. They all sound the same online. And frankly, from my perspective, running one of the largest companies in the space, it's hard to differentiate over advertising in the website because a lot of the other companies make very similar claims, and some of them are honest and some of them not so much. So I think that at the end of the day, going with a big company is fine, but you need to make sure that you're going to get the kind of attention that you get from a small company. And you also need to make sure that they can really explain to you how they are accomplishing their outcomes. And that means case studies, very specific case studies that they can walk you through.